Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. So you noticed that this video is up on Tuesdays because I decided to start filming shorter videos for Tuesdays and with a broad range of topics that are more mass appealing maybe, and that way I can post on Fridays whatever I feel like posting, like whether it's a vlog or it's something that doesn't have anything to do with perfume. We'll post that on Fridays, and on Tuesdays you'll get some of like the more straightforward perfume videos. So to start off this video, first of all, I have coffee in my Boba Fett mug. To start off the Tuesday videos, I'm going to talk about some designer fragrances. Designer fragrances. If you see me start sweating, it's because I turned off the AC to produce the noise. It's hot though. Anyway, these fragrances are basically designer scents that, in my opinion, if you're starting off your collection, they're good designers to buy a fragrance from, because they're kind of like edgy, hip, trendy, but at the same time have established themselves as brands that produce popular and well-liked fragrances. So by having these brands in your collection, it kind of shows you as a researched consumer, but at the same time, you're not just following the trends. My opinion anyway. The most trendy of them all of brands, and that is Kayali. So Kayali began, I want to say the brand began in 2018, maybe a little bit before or after that. It's Huda Kattan's sister Mona perfume brand. So it is a subset of Huda Beauty, but it's not a part of the beauty brand. They have a lot of different fragrances and there's a lot of choice. For me, this is invite only Amber 22. This is my favorite from the line. It's quite a crowd-pleasing collection of fragrances, and I think that everyone will be able to find something that they're looking for within the Kayali lineup. In the beginning, I know it was designed as a layering brand, so you'll notice that the first scents are all kind of one note scents, but it's diversified a lot from there, and they're also putting out new scents quite regularly. Invite Only, like I said, is my favorite. It's an amber, saffron, cherry type of fragrance, and it is quite warming and enveloping. I like to wear it year round, but it's more of a cool weather scent. But I think that having something from Kayali definitely shows that you're in touch with what's trending in regards to fragrance. Another cutting edge sort of brand, but one that has been around for quite a lot longer, and that is Mugler. So Thierry Mugler was always a very unique type of designer, fashion designer. His clothes always were meant to evoke emotion, and he continued that trend when he created his first fragrance, he commissioned his first fragrance, which was Angel in 1992. Since then, Mugler has had so many scents, some of them much loved, some of them much loathed. But I think if you're a fragrance collector, having something from Mugler in your collection says that you are also in touch with not only the creativity of fragrance and what designer fragrance is at its best, but also you understand the heritage of fragrance. So my selections that I have here are Angel Muse, because of the season. It's more seasonally appropriate for fall and winter. This is a sweet patchouli hazelnut. It's quite a bit like the regular Angel, but it has that added hazelnut note. And then I also have a gel fragrance formula of Alien. And the gel formulas are quite interesting. You can buy them on the Mugler website, but you can also find them at like Marshalls or TJ Maxx. And if you find that things in the Mugler line are a bit too heavy for you, a bit too dense for you, but you still want to have something in your collection, they have most of their pillar fragrances come in these pens. They're gel fragrance pens, and you just wipe it out and it's like a gel, and then it is a much lighter version of the fragrance, much easier to wear, and the application doesn't last as long. So it's a good way to have a fragrance in your wardrobe, even if wearing it is a little bit trickier for you because of the scent. And Mugler scents aren't for everyone, but that's a good way to have something from the brand. The next, staying on the train of brands that are in touch with their trend side, brands that are in touch with the evolution of style, we have Replica, which is from Margella. So Margella has other fragrances beyond the Replica line, but these are the most popular and easily found, most well known as well. I have Coffee Break here. It's my personal favorite, but there's tons of different fragrances for every sort of fragrance lover in the lineup. So Margella has become quite well known recently for the tabby boot or the tabby shoe, and it's again, it's like a heritage mix of classic and contemporary, and that's found in the fragrances as well. Each of the Replica scents give you the name, give you the inspiration. They also give you a time and place where this particular scent comes from. This one is Provenance and Period, Stockholm 2007, creamy and cozy coffee. So the bottles as well, these sort of like barbershop style bottles, they just look cool on a display. So having Margella fragrance, having Replica fragrances in your collection, I don't think you can go wrong. Honestly, I like get a couple of them and display them all together. That's superb. An under the radar brand that I don't think you can pick up at somewhere like Sephora, but I know you can get it at Ulta, and I know you can get them at department stores as well as online, is Mont Blanc. And Mont Blanc went under the radar for a long time until the release of Mont Blanc Signature for women, and then that exploded a bit in popularity. But they've had some really great fragrances. So Mont Blanc is a designer that you can get men's or women's scents in that really kind of quantify the feeling of luxury in fragrance. They're really affordable though if you buy them on the gray market though. That's the irony of it, is that Mont Blanc you can get them for so inexpensive. My recommendation, if you want to seem cool, hip, and like you're in touch with trends but not following them, is Présence d'une Femme. There's the reflection, the full reflection. And for men, I love Mont Blanc Legend, the night version. It's a little bit more warm and woody and is super sexy for men. If you like clean fragrances, if you like, I feel like Stefan, when I'm introducing these things, I feel like I'm like, if you like hot spots with cool tea and gigs that last all night long, like, you know, but Ellis Brooklyn is a relatively new clean brand. They're sold at Sephora. They're also sold on their own website, and they may be sold at Ulta now. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really buy into the clean fragrance hype because you need a lot of documentation to show that you're really like actually providing a cleaner experience for the world through the EPA and all that, and most brands don't have any of that. They just have claims. But Ellis Brooklyn does make some really beautiful scents. This was released last winter. They just released a new one for the summer, spring and summer, called Milk, I believe, or it's something with the word milk in the title. They have a large variety of fragrance styles in their collection, and they are marketed as unisex. I love this one, Après. This is my style of sort of woody, sweet woody, but not too like candy, sugary sweet. Super sexy for the winter, fall. I would wear it all year round though, because I like it that much. So if you want to have that clean girl aesthetic and you want to be wearing clean fragrances, try Ellis Brooklyn, because they've been around quite some time. They're a really well-established brand. Their fragrances are really nice. And then last but not least, if you want a straight like designer scent, they're not expensive and they're not gonna bust your bank open, gosh, try Zara Fragrances. This is lavender and bergamot. This was from the men's section quite some time ago, several years now, but they have dupes for just about every popular fragrance on the market, as well as some that are a little bit more original. The fragrances tend to be hit or miss in longevity, performance, and the actual scent, but if you have a Zara store near you, you can return them, or if you want to sniff, you can go and try them. And even if you aren't returning any of them, they're pretty affordable. I think the most expensive ones are around $40 or $50. Like that's like top tier expensive. Regularly, I think 100 ml is $25.90, so you're not breaking the bank. Zara is a Spanish brand, a Spanish fast fashion brand, but the fragrances are really nice for what you're paying. The quality and the fragrances themselves, the packaging and everything are really good for what you're paying. So if you want to stick to things that you are really able to afford, that you're not going to be breaking the bank on, and in the meantime, be able to experience a lot of different scents, which is something that if you're starting out collecting, you really should smell a lot of things and not just assume that you only like one type of fragrance, because there's so many things. Try picking up sample sets and bottles, small bottles from Zara. Definitely recommend. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it useful. I hope that even veteran fragrance collectors maybe found some of this information useful for the future or for their next purchase. It's really easy for us to forget about designer fragrances when we're smelling so much niche and luxury stuff, but don't discount like these designers. Don't discount them. They're still really good, and I hope you take that message with you going forward. I'll see you next time. Bye.